Okay, let's look at some statistics about anger. Anger is the #1 cause of divorce and other relationship cutoffs. Approximately 1 million divorces will occur this year. Domestic arguments that turn to physical fights account for more visits to emergency rooms than auto accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. People who chronically lose their temper have far higher risk of developing serious cardiac and other diseases. What are some characteristics of individuals with anger problems? We'll look at 5 right here. There's a low frustration tolerance. A situation occurs and it creates some sort of uncomfortable feelings, and those feelings cannot be tolerated. The frustration of the event can't be tolerated. People who have anger problems invariably have judgmental attitudes. They have a harsh, critical superego. They're hard on themselves and they're hard on others. We'll get into that a good bit later. They have demanding behavior and are sometimes thought of as being controlling. And we'll try to understand why that happens in a little bit. The last two, perfection and all or nothing thinking, are connected. The all or nothing thinking is prevalent in every person who I've ever worked with an anger problem. They just tend to think in terms of all or nothing. There's nothing really much in between. They have a hard time understanding something being in between. So for them, things are black or white, right or wrong, good or bad, all or nothing, perfect or worthless. And so one reason why they have trouble with criticism and are critical is that it doesn't fit. If you're not perfect, you're worthless. There's nothing in between. There's no pretty good, there's no very good, there's no good. That all gets kind of wiped out. Now, there are varying degrees of this. But when you really get down to it, this all or nothing thinking is a vital, vital piece that we have to work with. Okay, let's look at 7 symptoms of people with anger problems. The first 2 are connected: jealousy and possessiveness. There's a certain lack of separation, sort of problem of emotional dependency oftentimes. There's often difficulty in communication. They don't have great communication skills. And so anger becomes their only outlet. They can't talk. They can't say what they need. They often don't know exactly what they need, but they can't say it. It's the communication part that gets in the way as well. Punitive behavior. Have a tendency to punish, get back at, fix, retaliate. We'll talk a lot more about that later. The controlling attitudes again. They're often unaware of this, though. If you ask them or suggest to them that they're controlling, I don't see it that way, because they really don't experience it that way. That's not true with everyone, but it's true with many. There's often substance abuse, or at least history of substance abuse, either for themselves or within their own family. It's not always just substance abuse, it could be some other addictive behavior.